Ahoy there! Over the course of last couple of weeks, we have gone from an empty campsite to a groundbreaking event to a hole in the ground. Today we are starting to build the foundation for our vision. An off-grid cabin in North Vancouver Island. But first, a short detour to a familiar place. I'm back at North Log Homes, checking out on the progress of our project, and here it is. These will be the poles. I believe these might be the beams. This definitely looks like the things from the plants. Very exciting. Here are the nephews, nephew David and his nephew Risha, and we'll be working on the foundation this week. This is a very exciting time. We are starting to do the foundation for the cabin. Jules here is the master contractor. Me and the nephews down there are going to help him whatever he needs. How this is going to turn out, who knows, but I have hope. This guy is really something else. So this is like half an hour later and we already have 2 sides, and I'm trying to help, so I'm learning stuff too, you know. I haven't used a big hammer in some time, so when I used a 22-pound hammer, he said, you don't want to use that all day, it's really heavy, so I switched to a smaller one here. We first build wooden forms for the footings. They'll be 18 inches wide at the bottom and about 6 inches thick, and will run around the cabin perimeter. Here I am making ties to hold the form in place for when we pour the concrete. Occasionally I lend a hand to Jules, and step by step he explains the method to all the madness that is going on.
Because there's no room down here.
What I didn't manage to do quite right with the backhoe, Jules fixes with a few swings of his big, bad pick. And all the time he keeps talking about how things should be done, or were done in the past.
Came to North America, there were no tool saws.
I know, everything by hand. Yeah. You have to cut everything by hand. You have to. I know.
So it's day one, still early afternoon. Things are starting to take shape here. It's really cool. I'm learning a lot of little tricks here and there, like what's the right orientation of the boards so that they can be removed later when the concrete is poured. All the little tidbits that, unless you are in construction, you never think of that. I am hoping that the ICFs, the integrated concrete forms, should arrive this afternoon as well. So we should have all the material on site, so we can just, go at it and make sure the foundation is done by the end of the week. That would be pretty awesome. In the meantime, David has been working hard on clearing the forest here. Yes. Amazing job. A little pile here growing up. We will have something to warm up the cabin with in the winter. And second generation FU over there, that's him. He is burning some of the small stuff and clearing this land here. It's really starting to look like a livable place. We are waiting for the truck with lumber and other materials to arrive. Jules is leveling the form and in the meantime we are trying to utilize some of the wood here. So we got a little creative, because when it rains it can rain quite a bit, so we are going to build a little subfloor for our tent for the party that arrives later this week. Nephews are hard at work and hardly working. Okay, welcome to our new dance floor. Now we know that if we bring in the tent, we don't have to worry about water running from the mountain over there through the ground right into the tent.
And we can't forget to express our artistic creativity. We are making progress with the footings form, hanging rebar and getting ready for the next step, installing the ICFs.
It's still day 2. We had a little snack with the supplier that delivers the lumber and everything. They couldn't get hold of me because there was a problem with the credit card. Long story short, instead of coming here at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's 1 in the afternoon, and they are just leaving their yard. In the meantime, we'll be doing some little work, bringing gravel down here to put under some of these footings, and hopefully tomorrow morning everything will be here and we can just keep going. And somebody said in one of the YouTube videos that 80% of construction is moving material. We had a pile of lumber here and the old panels from the collapsed shed that you saw in another video. So we moved that again, and it's pretty much back where it used to be. We actually used all that wood to build this little subfloor. That's where we will pitch a tent and probably will stay here for next few weeks, and by raising it we can make sure that it's isolated from the water if it rains. Here are the shed remnants, and we are very close to deciding that all this stuff will just go to recycling depot, because the chances of us using it ever again are very, very, very small. Oh hey, we have a success. The truck is here. We are taking off the forms, just move them down below, so I need to go and help.
This is the first time we have a sizable delivery to our build site. And it's also the first time we get a taste of the challenges that trucks with cranes may face. This particular truck is tiny compared to what's coming later, and it could navigate the tighter spaces with relative ease. The big trucks coming later will find it much more difficult.
All right, it's all here. Next stop, the cabin. It's a nice morning, day 3 of our foundation building effort. We have finally all the material, so we have finished, pretty much finished the form. Now we are making sure it's all level, because it is already square. We also brought in some gravel here, so this morning, once they level everything, I will bring some more with the tractor. Nice.
See?
Yeah.
As soon as you put it up and then you hit it down.
It's good to have 2 super fit men working for you. They are funny. The process we are using for the foundation uses ICF, integrated concrete forms. So it's really easy to lay out. Once we have the bottom forms for the footings, the styrofoam, they have everything kind of prefabricated. These blocks came in a few packages to start. So now we are just taking them on the load. We'll build the perimeter and then the whole foundation form will be ready. Davi, how is going here? We laid out some forms, measured the diagonals, and although we were perfectly square, now we were off by 6 inches. So we took all the forms out, back to measuring diagonals, and hopefully we will figure out soon what went wrong. It's a process. So here we are on day 4 of the foundation building. We got a couple of delays and a couple of resets. So we are starting to put in the styrofoam blocks back. It's like little Lego. This is where the rebar will go.
Once we figure out all the details, building the form goes really fast. Lining up all the notches proved to be a bit tricky. Later, I realized that we should have used the grooves on the forms as a guide. Always count in 2-inch increments and things just magically fall into place.
We are now securing them on the perimeter, so when the concrete is pumped in, it would it would hold the shape. It's really nice how it's all tied together. For me, the most amazing thing is that I'm learning so many new things that have nothing to do with my job and nothing to do with computers and networks and all that stuff. So this is real. And I'm sure David is learning a thing or two as well.
Everything has to be done the way it should be done. Because if not, you're going to have a problem. And you have to do it on the inside the same thing.
Yeah.
But the outside is preferably do the outside first, and then you do the outside after.
Day 5 and it's pouring, so we are just sitting here enjoying the rainforest sounds. I don't know if there will be any work done today because it's just not nice, and we have most of the things done that needs to be done, so we still have some time buffer left before the concrete truck comes next Wednesday. So here is our little camp. It's breakfast time.
We use the downtime to tour some of the surrounding areas. We find a rugged terrain and look forward to exploring it in more detail once the cabin is done and we have time for more fun and less work. For now, the exploration stays focused on our own piece of land. There are still many corners we haven't visited. When we welcome some guests later in the week, we hike to a thick wooded area that I believe may be hiding a nice spot for a tiny nature observation lookout in the future.
Trying to figure out if there is an easy access to that big boulder on the edge of the wetland, but it looks like there will be some work involved here. Alright, well, at least we know how it looks like. Next time we will bring some tools, maybe. And over there is the road. That's the highway.
Speaking of fun, no, we didn't forget to have sun.
Good times at the lake. Look at that gang. Hey, it's day 6 of our foundation building effort. We are just finishing the walls and I'm digging some holes for the posts that will hold an overhang roof. We also have some perimeter drain to take care of, so we will have the perimeter pipes here and go out in the rocks. Everything is pretty much ready, or should be completely ready, for the concrete to arrive tomorrow. I'm just going to continue digging here, and then we will put these forms for the posts, and that should be it. And we will have everything ready for the foundation.
Okay.
Some finishing touches on the concrete forms. We just hang in the rebar, and that will be it for today. Tomorrow is a big day. We have the concrete truck with a pump coming. They just told me about an hour ago that they can't come, but we somehow sorted it out, so that would have been really bad.
Because I'll kill them.
You heard it. All right, now for real, it's all ready. We are just putting some plastic on the forms so they don't get soggy if it rains. And tomorrow is the big day.
This project is now really taken off. We hope you enjoy witnessing our journey and that you will come back for future videos. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. In the next video, we will finish the foundation. Until then, thank you for watching. We are Off Grid Bound.